All right, guys, good morning. Edward staff here, Pressure Points. We've got another project, restoration, as we always do. We've got some pavers here that I think were sealed up a couple of years ago. The contractor who did them used pretty thick sand. You can see how much it mold and mildews, but the pavers are still pretty clean. I mean, the stuff's in there pretty good, but what we have to do today is we have to remove all of this old sand. We've got to tint it, we've got to clear coat it. We're gonna do our sand. It's gonna be a little bit lower, but if you walk back here, you can start seeing what happens when the joints get sanded a little bit too high. Let me find some areas. They just kind of start to flake out. You could peel them off here. So what we've got to do is turbo tip this, get all this old high sand out of here. We're gonna resand it, sterilize it, we're gonna steam clean it. We've got some rust marks over here from some irrigation. I know it might be tough to see, but we're gonna treat the iron with some well water. We'll clean the sidewalks and street gutters. You know, not a difficult project for us, but one that will make a substantial impact once we're done. So our goal is to deep clean it today, remove all of this old sand by turbo tipping, which is a huge project. So if you hire a contractor who's doing a restoration like this, it's kind of all or nothing. We've got to get all of the joint sand out, or we leave it and we try to do all of the joints high again. For us, we like to get all of the joint sand out because we don't necessarily want to see the sand. You want to look at it when you're looking down at the paver, not when you're standing away from it. So we got the pavers wet again, like we always do, just for our own benefit, just because I want to see how much color is here to know how much tint we need. So we did get the pavers wet. They've been wet for maybe 20 minutes. So they've still got some color to them. They've still got some life in them. We do our squeak test where we get them wet and use our shoe to squeak it. There's no squeak, so they're going to definitely take some sealer. We're also going to clean up the walls and things like that for our customers, because what we don't want to have happen is we do the beautiful driveway, it looks great, you got green walls and stuff like that. So it's always nice for us to be able to do a little bit of extra stuff for our customers. They like it, we like it. The whole front of the house looks fantastic. We've got a walkway over here. I know it's a lot of walking around, but I want to show you what happens in these shady areas. You know, the walkway, we've got a lot of this black stuff, this mold and mildew that's accumulated right here. But right back in these areas where it gets really bad, a lot of shade. Pavers are still wet, so you can see the colors we should achieve. So we're going to clean up these. We're going to clean up the fountain. We're going to try to clean up the stones. We're going to get all this nastiness out. I mean, that's just calcified stuff right there. So we may not be able to get that out, but we'll be able to clean it up. You can see the pollen. Pollen's high this year. We're going to clean up these walls and these windows and things like that. So for our customers, we really like to take care of them. We really like the whole house to look great in the front or the back, wherever it is. We like to do extra stuff. So if you have any questions, you need pavers restored, you need pavers cleaned, you have just general pressure washing questions, please feel free to call us. It's Edward staff here, Pressure Points, Tampa area, 813-333-1709. All right, guys, we're back. We're at the end of our last restoration project, and what we wanted to do is kind of walk you through the project really quick. I know I get drawn out on these videos, but if you look down now, we've got a nice smooth looking surface. We don't see any of that high joint sand. We've got a lot of this color brought back. I know we've got a lot of this oak pollen stuff on the driveway, which kind of makes it tough to tell what's going on. But if you start looking down at the project, you can see that the joint sand is there, but you don't necessarily see it till you're over the top of it. We get back here, we've just got a nice, clean, smooth looking driveway again. We'll walk the walkway, we'll show you the fountain and the walls and stuff that we cleaned up. I thought this project came out really, really nice. Hopefully the homeowner did too. I mean, spoilers, we got to check, so it's always good to do that. But we cleaned up this area. We were able to turbo tip all of this calcium stuff out of here. Cleaned up this fountain. If you stand under the door and you look out, it gives you a little bit better idea of the color and the sheen of this area. Now we can see that we've got a medallion here in the middle. But all in all, project came out fantastic. We did it right. We did it right the first time. So now maintenance and resealing should be pretty easy going forward. So if you have any questions, I'm going to let Mike walk through the project one more time. But call us, Pressure Points, 813-333-1709. And I'm just going to let Mike take a slow video walking around, just kind of showing you the project.